Keeping a direct connection to the famous last chief of the Crow Nation growing. In tonight's Montana Ag Report, MTN's Russ Riesinger takes us to Pryor, where the search is on to find new funding to continue the legacy of Child Plenty Coups apple trees.
There's a lot of history on display here at Chief Plenty Coup State Park outside Pryor, Montana.
This is heart of Crow country that we're in.
From the Visitor Center, which tells the story of the Crow people, to the spring that Plenty Coup saw in a vision as a young boy, telling him that he would one day lead his people from the old ways to the new ways. And right down the trail from the chief's home and general store, you'll find his apple orchard.
When visitors come walk the trail, they always ask about the apple, and I always say, they're sort of a gift. So, pick an apple, and it's a snack provided by the chief.
Two species of heritage apples are grown here, the Chief Plenty Coup Duchess of Oldenburg and the Chief Plenty Coup Wealthy Apple.
Back in probably around 1890s to 1910, the government started providing fruit trees to sort of try and root them to the land. So the chief actually took and kept his orchard up and use these as trade items, selling apples, things like that.
Well, it's a blessing. He kept these alive, and we can share them.
Bernadette Smith is a member of the Crow tribe and has been enjoying the apples her entire life.
They have a lot of juice, which is nice, juicy apples, and it runs down your chin, and then you want more.
The orchard is about 120 years old, and the trees, while still producing, are really starting to show their age.
This variety, we were told, has probably about 130, 135 year lifespan. So as you can see just by looking around, they're starting to get towards the end of their life, and I think it's part of our responsibility to make sure that we can start grafting these trees to keep those genetics going.
There have been previous efforts through a Montana State University program to preserve heritage orchards by propagating the trees, then selling the new trees. But more funding is needed.
But we're really hoping to get another program going with that, so we can sort of utilize what we have, some of these cuttings off of here, and see if we can graft them and just get the genetics out there. And the really cool thing about these apples is they've got good genetics. They've been here 120 years.
The hope is that new funding can be found so that the trees in this old orchard can be grafted and sold at nurseries, continuing the legacy of Chief Plenty Coups apples, possibly right in your backyard.
It would be the same apples, and it would be your connection to history, that you can literally look back and you're touching the same species, the same genetic of apple that Chief Plenty Coup would walk down and have an apple off the tree with.
In Pryor, Russ Riesinger, MTN News.